Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Lights Camera Rant for 2023. I hope all of you had a really good New Year's, had a really sobering day after. I hope you weren't too hangover. I hope you weren't too regretful what your decisions might have been or what they weren't. And I hope you were able to set some new goals for 2023 because it's going to be one hell of a year in both movies, TV shows, video games. You know it. It's going to be excellent. And we're going to dive into that for this episode. So, currently, right now, as you always know, we are currently streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and our episodes come out every Tuesday morning after. And I would like to also say thank you for everyone who tuned in last year, 2022, for Lights Camera Out every single week. So, because bring on 2023, what we've got installed for, you won't want to miss a beat. So, as generic as it all sounds, click that subscribe or click that follow. I think what Apple Podcasts do, I think it's a following or subscribe, one of the two. Anyway, you know what I mean. So thank you very much for tuning in. And also, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel because we are uploading every single old episode to make sure all the catalogs are up on YouTube so you can watch them on there as well. So without further delay, you guys know how I like to start every episode. Oh, and that is the first one for 2023. And yes, before you ask, that is indeed a Captain Morgan, and my last name is Morgan. So I thought it was goes together very well. So, as you all have seen for this title of this episode was Bring On 2023. We're going to touch on a little bit of news that's happened the past week. Obviously, everything right now is a little bit quiet because it's that time of the year. And then what I want to get into is my top recommendations of movies, TV shows, and video games that you should watch out in this coming year and make sure you don't miss it because, as I said, there is a lot right now. As I always say, content is everywhere, and with streaming services, there's shows come out left, right, center, up, down, everywhere. It's very easy to get missed in the shuffle, but I'm here to make it a lot easier for you. So, news first. So, for any Shazam 2 fans, Fury of the Gods, apparently a new trailer we should be hitting very soon. I saw a rumor that it was meant to come after New Year's. Obviously, this is a couple of days, so it could be next week or two. We should get another trailer for Shazam. Which Shazam, I look. I'm just gonna have to say it is not one of my most excited movies for DC this year. There's two more coming out, which we will dive into, which I'm a lot more excited for. But for any Shazam fans, new trailer coming around the corner, so strap yourselves in and get ready. I would also like to shout out to Mark, who's just said Happy New Year's on Twitch. Happy New Year's, man. Pleasure to have you here watching the show. Or listening, either way. Moving on, for any Echo fans, which was the Hawkeye spin off show, that's reportedly going to be set to be the very first streaming show for 2024. They're currently filming at the moment. The rumor is you're going to have Hawkeye, you're going to have Kingpin, you're going to have Daredevil. They're all three going to be in the show, and it's meant to be a premiere first thing 2024. In saying that, all continuing with Daredevil, apparently Daredevil Born Again will start shooting on Feb the 24th in nowhere else than New York. So obviously don't know where the timeline for Daredevil will pick up from, but I assume it will pick up after She-Hulk. So he's going to go from LA and he's going to go straight to New York. And I'm just so excited. Honestly, just excited to see Daredevil fully in the MCU and everything that's going to happen. Like, you got to remember, nearly majority of superheroes are all in New York. So yes, we're excited for Charlie Cox, who apparently is reading all the Daredevil comics again for preparation. And Kingpin is also on her right. We've got those. who's going to be the bad guy, and who else is going to rock up. That's the big thing. Is we have Spider-Man. Are we going to have Hawkeye? Are we going to have Echo? Are they going to come into the show? Is there going to, or you also get Foggy as well? So that's so up in the air, and so many people excited. Just like me, I just can't wait for it. And when I remember when Echo first got announced, I was like, oh, why? Why did you want? Why were we going to Echo? Well, what the hell is this? After you watch the Hawkeye TV show, I was fully hooked in. I'm like, all right, I'm very well invested for the Echo now, which 2024. Get ready for that. Also, we're going to stick with Marvel news. Hugh Jackman has apparently signed on for 2 movies, which we do know is Deadpool 3, and most likely will be Secret Wars. Which, as I keep saying, guys, anything is on the table for Secret Wars. So a lot of the news that you will hear about it, take as a grain of salt, because you don't know what's going to be true, what's going to not be true, because the fact that Kevin Feige is going to be trying to get everyone on board for this. So even the most wildest characters can appear in Secret Wars. So the most out there rumor can be true. Because you remember, at the end of the day, Kevin Feige is a fan just like us. So he is going to be scratching, clawing every single little bit to get everybody. So keep that in mind. Also, we got an announcement that there will be a Stan Lee documentary coming out on Disney Plus for 2023. We don't know any more details than that. If it will be just an hour special, or if it will be a series. But that is planned for 2023, which I'm really excited, because just before Christmas was his 100th birthday. Well, what would have been his 100th birthday, which is really sad. Man is a legend, and it was very sad. I remember when I saw the RIPs coming through that he passed away. That was so gut wrenching. I just how much he did, and even before the MCU, there was always Stan Lee and Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider. He was always doing a cameo. X-Men. So you still saw him besides the MCU movies. And I think it's very fitting that Endgame is his last cameo, great cameo. And seeing his intro in Captain Marvel was so surreal and very touching, because you just look at it and go, he did so much. Yes, he did so much. Jack Kirby did so much. There is a plethora of other comic book creators, but Stan Lee and the message he sent when he went to fans. Like, I remember reading a story where he accidentally double booked himself for a cameo on Days of Future Past from X-Men. It was either that or it was going to Comic-Con. And what did he pick? Which we all pretty much know. He picked Comic-Con because he wanted to see the fans then doing a cameo. And that's what he picked. And that just shows you, just something as simple as that, he made the biggest difference. Everyone see my cameos all the time, but I'm going to go be with the fans. So he picked that, and that's just one of the most humbling things you do hear about him. Not to mention what the stories with Spider-Man all brought to him. So I'm really excited for this documentary, especially if it's going to cover his entire life span and everything with Marvel. So strap yourselves in. That is coming in 2023. I do hope we get a release date very soon. But right now, this time of the year, everything's like, you get this in 2023. You get this in 2023. You get this. And you're like, and the date? Oh, there's no date. No date. No date. No, you don't need a date. Just to know it's just coming in 23. That's all you need to know. So that's going to be a lot of things. And as I get onto the TV shows, probably out of both the movies and the video games, the TV shows the most up in the air of it's coming. That's all you need to know. But that is so with Stan Lee's documentary, another fantastic news is that one of the co-creators of Last of Us has said in an interview that the upcoming TV show coming on HBO Max is the most authentic and most true game adaptation of a game going to the silver screen. He can't praise it more enough. And it's always scary because I didn't realize how close the show was. The Last of Us TV show comes out on the 15th of January, which, yes, 15th of January, I got that correct. Yes, 15th of January. That's coming out on HBO Max, which for Australian fans, that will be, what's the least streaming service that we use? Oh, yeah, Binge. It'll most likely come on Binge. But for everybody else in the entire world is HBO Max. Very interesting. I did hear something meant to be happening to HBO Max. If it's meant to be going everywhere or it's getting reformed into a different format because of the Warner Bros. Discovery, that's something definitely down the track to look into. But HBO Max, Last of Us, right around the corner, and that is not the only video game TV show that we're meant to be getting this year, which I'll dive into. So that's the biggest news from this very short week and everything happened in between. Let's dive into my top picks for the movies that you need to watch out in 2023. So right off the bat, Ant-Man 3, Feb 17th. Come on, guys. Who is not excited for us to see Kang in a movie for the very first time, besides a TV show? Who's excited? So this will be capping off the trilogy of Ant-Man, which I remember when we first got the first Ant-Man, it was just, I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. Because you gotta remember, Ant-Man came out after, Ant-Man 1 came out after Avengers 2. I will let that sit in. I will let that sink in for you, whoever's trying to click in your mind for that. Where we will see the fact that we see Ant-Man and his family going to the Quantum Mania, which is Ant-Man, the Quantum Realm, going into Quantum Mania, which looks like he will have to be making a deal with Kang the Conqueror. And guys, remember, this will not be the last time we see Kang before his movie. I don't doubt. Because remember, we'll get Loki Season 2, and he's going to pop up somewhere else. But will this be the same variant that we see in Kang the Conqueror movie? Keep that in mind. But moving on, Creed fans, don't forget Creed 3 is coming out in March 3rd, which I think is a great segue because Jonathan Majors is playing Kang, is also playing the new rival versus antagonist for Michael B. Jordan for the movie, which he looks utterly jacked for this movie. You have no doubt you're the reason why you're most likely going to kill Ant-Man, or you're going to beat him up so much because anyone who needs to have a look at it is that he's jacked to the shit. I've seen a photo, like, yep, that is the reason why Ant-Man. There was a photo floating around where you can see Ant-Man beat him to a bloody pulp, and this is why. So yes, Creed 3, that's right around the corner. If this will be the last John Wick movie, but John Wick 4, March 24th, we will be seeing him return and going up against the High Table. And I forgot his name, but he's from the IP Man movies. This is going to be so good for anyone who's just looking for an action movie, martial arts, hand-to-hand combat. Keanu Reeves, obviously. You need to jump onto this because that is right around the corner, which don't forget, there is also the Ballerina TV show that's in the works and the Continental TV show that's in the works. I don't know which show will. I don't think the Ballerina show will come out this year. Maybe Continental at the end. But John Wick 4, get ready for that. For also Super Mario. And who's excited for Super Mario? Who's excited to see Chris Pratt be the titular character? Who's ready to see Jack Black as Bowser? Yes. For anyone who doesn't already know that, that is also who's going to be playing Bowser. So, Super Mario movie, that is coming out April 7th. For the very first trailer, I'm sold. It looks great. I was very nervous about it, but now I'm like, nah, take my money. I can't wait. So we did get a small little trailer at the Game Awards a few weeks ago. So there will be obviously a trailer 2 leading up to it, but everything points to very positive, and everyone I've spoken to cannot be more excited for this movie. Same with me. Just come on. I'm ready for this, and I really hope it will, which, judging from the trailer, it will still get away from the video game to movie curse. Now, right after Super Mario, we have got the end of another trilogy for Marvel, the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They're just coming out May the 5th. This is going to make me cry. I know I say it every time, but I'm really... It's going to be gut-wrenching. It's just going to be sad. I rewatched the trailer. And twist. And that's it. That's how I'm going to feel about this movie when I'm watching it. Because it will be the last time with these characters. It will be the last time with this lineup. And it will be the last time with James Gunn. We might see, it depends who lives, who dies, what other movies they will come into. They might make Guardians Galaxy 4, but it will be a completely different team up. And I really hope it's not Rocket Raccoon that dies. But right now, from that trailer, as James Gunn is a bloody genius, I cannot tell you who's going to live, who's going to die, because there's a scene where everyone's in trouble. And we get Adam Warlock, who in the comics was very important in Infinity Saga. Obviously, he couldn't be there for the Marvel's version, which I do tell everyone, keep in mind that comics going to movies, there's always going to be different elements that change to suit the environment. So a lot of people are annoyed that Adam Warlock wasn't going to be in this movie, Infinity War or Endgame. But we're going to finally get him, and I strongly doubt that he's going to die. And I feel like he might become a very particular character moving forward in the MCU, especially with a kid who, I forgot his name, he's the Eyebrows kid from a movie 7-8 years ago, but he's jacked too. He got beef for this movie, so I look forward to that. But honestly, right now, I cannot tell you who's going to live nor die. After the great Christmas special that we did get, which is kind of sad too. But anyway, after Guardians Galaxy, which we got the trailer for this movie just recently, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. That is coming out on June the 2nd, which if you have not checked out the trailer, you need to. This looks incredible. It is stunning. It has got the most Spider-Man characters in one sitting. And before you ask me, yes, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland are all rumored to appear in this movie. And I think one of the best things I saw was someone showed Spider-Man 2099 in the first movie to this movie, and he looks utterly jacked. He's getting played by, oh my God, that's going to bug me now. His name just, Oscar Isaac. I was like, God, it was like Moon Knight. He is playing the bad guy for this movie, and you watch before and after, and he's so jacked. It just looks like, I'm so angry, I'm going to go lift, which, that sounds like every breakup of what you should do. He's going to go to the gym and get utterly jacked. But you remember, for this, guys, it's part 1 and part 2. Part 2 will be coming out next year. This was delayed. We were meant to get this a lot earlier, but with COVID, so many things got delayed, so many movies, so many games. Hopefully, which we are on the other side of that. And so this year, everything that gets announced, we shouldn't see as many delays. I will touch wood. We shouldn't get as many delays as we did last year, that I hope. But after Spider-Man, we get another movie that's been delayed so many times. This was announced at the beginning of the DCEU, the Flash movie, which apparently has been chopped up, cut up, twisted into something that, well, I posted this the other day, and I think it's a great talking point. With everything that's happened with the DCEU at the moment, are you even excited to see these movies? Like, are you excited to see The Flash? Are you excited to see Shazam? Are you excited all knowing the fact that while the plot ends, there is Nothing after. Like you're only getting, so the only thing is you're seeing these movies to say goodbye, technically, which is kind of really morbid in that other way. But yeah, you're only saying goodbye to these movies because we're getting The Flash, which we will see Michael Keaton return as Batman. We will also see Ben Affleck return as Batman. We also see Supergirl going through the Flashpoint paradox, which in the comics, the Flashpoint paradox was the Flash went back in time accidentally when he was going really fast, saved his mum from getting killed, which has the butterfly effect through time, and everything you can imagine goes wrong. And it obviously is against the Reverse Flash, which we know the Reverse Flash will be in this movie as well. So are you excited for the Flash? This we were meant to get this so long ago, but for me, the most exciting thing is not seeing the Flash, especially everything that's going with Ezra Miller at the moment. Do not care. For me, as a fanboy, it is Michael Keaton returning as Batman and Ben Affleck's Batman. That is the two that I'm most excited for. I'm like so pumped. That's why I'm going to be watching from Flash. Is just a secondary character. But for the same month, right at the end, we will get Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's been very slow writing day. But yes, this is Indiana Jones 5. And it looks like it'll be his granddaughter. And he's going to go one last adventure. This will be the last time we will see Indiana Jones, ladies and gentlemen. And then from the trailer, I'll be right there. I can't wait for this. Even though he looks a bit old, it just kind of takes you back to those old adventure films, which to me, this is my review when I was doing a review for Uncharted last year with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I was like, it's not the best movie, but it was nice watching an adventure movie again. You know, you like the National Treasures as well. You know, you got a map, you go try and find out the puzzles, people train you. That was something I missed, and that was one of the strongest points for that movie, which I do love. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see this movie and feel that sense of adventure again. Will be sad. This will be the last time Harrison Ford will don the iconic whoosh, whip. And will this be the last time with John Williams? Yes, but gotta keep in mind that it's gonna be really good sitting down watching this movie, watching this with them. Keeping that in mind. But moving on, going into July, we have Oppenheimer. This is by Christopher Nolan, which I've spoken about multiple times. So I won't dive too much into this, but if you do not know about this movie, you need to go onto YouTube right now and you need to watch the trailer. This looks intense. This looks fantastic. Christopher Nolan is just topping this off. He's just swinging for the fence, which I did see that apparently he did explode a nuclear bomb somewhere because he didn't want to use CGI for the explosion, which is bloody insane. Like that's just wow, you know. Yeah, just going from the Dark Knight, flipping a truck, going, that's not enough. We need to go bigger. Let's do a real bomb. But Oppenheimer looks fantastic. Visually, it looks stunning in very Christopher Nolan style. And it's obviously about Oppenheimer, who created the atomic bomb, which ended World War II. You need to check out the trailer. It looks great. Now, the last movie to stop off us for is in December 25th, Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom. This also got pushed back as well. So now the rumor is this is the last time we are going to see Jason Momoa as Aquaman. And apparently he's been offered to play Lobo, which he's always wanted to play. So again, this will be the last time we might see Aquaman as Jason Momoa. So, but definitely strapped there. It's going to be very interesting how that movie is going to play out, especially with Amber Heard, where she'll be there, her scenes, everything's up on the table. Go remember, we were meant to get the Flash and Aquaman movie last year, but no, we're getting it this year. And Aquaman will be the last movie to end it all. Now, I will say some honorable mentions of movies that we're going to keep in mind, but we don't have a lot of information for at the moment, but we will, we will as things get closer. So where is my? There we go. Keep in mind, so this honorable mentions that we're going to get is Megan for the new horror movie that's like Chucky. We also got Scream 5. We've got Dungeons and Dragons movie. We've got Fast 10. I'm not excited for that. Neither should you. We've got the Pixar films, Elemental. We've got Mission Impossible Part 1, Dead Reckoning. We've got the Barbie movie. We've got Marvels. And I didn't mention that because I'm not, ooh, wow, I can't wait for that. I'll still go see it. I'll still give you my review, but I'm not blown away, really eager to see it, which I don't think a lot of people are. Don't forget the fact we've also got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie coming. We've got Blue Beetle from DC. We're Craven the Hunter from Sony, still being the same dead horse. We've got Dune Part 2. We've got Wonka. There is a Ghostbusters movie that's meant to be coming out. This is meant to be a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. And that's the honorable mentions for that. Can't forget Transformers, Rise of the Beasts. Now that I'm not particularly. Oh, it looks good, but I won't be rushing to the theater to see that. If someone offers me a ticket, I will go because I love Transformers, but not to that degree that much. So I will still give you my review on it, but that's kind of where I'm seeing with that. But those are the movies that you guys got to keep in mind and get ready. Now, TV shows. Now, this is what I meant by we don't have a set down date for them. But get ready. So we have got Marvel What If Season 2, which is meant to come out early this year. We've also got Secret Invasion that's meant to come out early this year. We've got Loki Season 2 that's meant to be mid this year. And then we do have the Ironheart TV show that's meant to be coming at the end. We've got Invincible Season 2. Finally. The Invincible Season 2, which, yes, only has 2023 as the date. That is also coming out. We have The Boys Season 4 mid-year, which seems to be traditional for the rest of the season. For Season 4, as I said, we've got Last of Us in January 15th. We've also got The Boys spin-off Gen V, which is basically all the heroes are like in high school, or so what people with the superheroes are like in high school. That is coming out in 2023. No release date. We've got Ted Lasso Season 3. No release date of 2023. And then we have the Twisted Metal TV show with Anthony Mackie that is also meant to come out in 2023. So there's a lot of shows. Now that is just touching the surface, but those are the shows you should keep in mind for coming out. Of what, are you excited? Most of all, do tell me in the comments. Do please reach out. Like, are you excited for these TV shows, or you're like, I can miss that. Oh, I can miss that. No, tell me, how much of these shows do you want to see? What are you most excited for? For me, I'm excited for all of them for something a little bit different, something I've just recently jumped onto, and some other shows I'm like, finally, they're coming out. Now, let's get on to games. So, the first few months, we are stacked. So, Forspoken fans, January 24th, that got delayed. That's finally coming out. Hogwarts Legacy, Feb 10, which looks incredible, which the creators confirm that you can use the Killing Curse and you can use the Torture Curses to do exactly what they are named. They can do and go to anyone you want. But Hogwarts Legacy, I can't say I was ever going to buy a Harry Potter game, but this is just massive. This looks great. All the trailers have come out. I'm like, I am down for this 100%. It's most likely going to take a little while. Now, the biggest thing that people are a little bit nervous about is, will it be too big? Which I hope it's not. Well, I hope it's big, filled with enough content like Red Dead Redemption, or Grand Theft Auto. But it's so filled and it's so alive. So definitely strap yourselves in for that. Then we have Skull and Bones on March the 9th, which for anyone that does like Sea of Thieves on Xbox, but you want it to be real, same plot basically. And then you get to run your ship, be a pirate, and just listen to Alice Storm the entire time, which I plan to. Jedi Survivor, which I'm really excited for, which I don't know if you guys have seen. I did post a reel. I got a very early 30th birthday present, which as this episode will drop, it will be my 30th birthday. Oh my god. But I then might have some lovely friends. So Dean, Mark, Perry, absolute shout out. They bought me Darth Maul's lightsaber that you can take apart, and they're actually strong enough that you can actually like fight with. They surprised me with it. It came in a case and everything. I was like, this is all. Well, actually, no. When I first got the case, where they gave it to me, I was like, why did you guys buy me a cane, or did you guys buy me a flute engraved with my name? Now, first I opened it, I was like, I was just gobsmacked. And so that was our New Year's, that they also bought lightsabers. So if any one of my neighbors looked over the fence, we would have seen a whole bunch of guys with lightsabers clashing, fighting, and just playing Duel of Fates all the time. So it is, yeah, absolute shout out to them, because thank you so much for those lightsabers. Darth Maul's lightsaber. That was a fantastic early birthday present. I'm over the moon. But and which it's funny, when we're all using them at the end, we're like, yeah, we really want to play Jedi Survivor now, and can't wait for that game to come out, because it looks incredible. But yes, that is 17th of March for that particular one. Moving on, we also got Resident Evil 4 remake that's meant to come out on March 24th, which looks also incredible, visually stunning, because Resident Evil 2 remake did so well. This, I have no doubt, will do well again. We also have Dead Island 2 that's been in development hell forever. We get that on April 24th. As always, bet on zombies. We also have Judas. Now, Judas is created by the same people who made BioShock. It looks like BioShock in space. Now, there is no particular date for this. It was announced at the Game Awards a few weeks ago, but all we have is 2023 pin for it. Another one is Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. We'll be getting that this year as well. It just says 2023. So I hope you're all ready to return to Night City. And we continue on. We have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So for any Legend of Zelda fans, 12th of June, that's coming out this year, which I'm not a huge Legend of Zelda. Like, I appreciate the game. I've played a bit in here, but not like I can't wait for this game. But this looks stunning. Just like how the previous one was, Breath of the Wild. This looks incredible. So definitely strap yourselves in for that, for any Legend of Zelda fans, because you're in for one wild ride with this. Also, continue on. Don't forget Justice League. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. That's coming out on the 26th of May, which was delayed, which is going to be so much better. Don't you worry. It's going to be a lot better than Gotham Knights. A lot better than Gotham Knights. Ooh. And sadly enough, it will be the last time Kevin Conroy is voicing Batman. So keep that in mind, that this game is going to be a little bit gut-wrenching when this comes out, especially for me, having the Batman tattoo, growing up on the Batman animated series. That's going to be a little bit gut-wrenching, but we're going to finally get it. And another one is Starfield. So Starfield is another one which is meant to be just like No Man's Sky by Beth. I just forgot the developer. Same people who made Fallout. They're making this game which looks just exactly like No Man's Sky. So I don't know if you're getting excited for that or not, but yeah, it's coming out. So hopefully it beats expectations. But at the moment, from that trailer go, the Game Awards, I'm like, yeah, this is No Man's Sky, just with more realism. That's essentially it for that one. And another one which a lot of people were excited for after the first game was incredible. Don't know why I said it like that. Is Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Sony's Marvel's Spider-Man 2 game, which doesn't have a release date, but it was late 2023. We will be getting that game, which we will see Venom in this particular one. For me, I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for the game after it, which will be 2024 with the Wolverine in the particular game. Which, if they take the same time, same courtesy as they did with these two games, I'm so excited. So, as you can probably guess, I'm excited for a lot of things at the moment. For me, for video games, I'm still going through God of War. I hope I'll get that review for it. Hope I'll get that review for you very soon. And all these games I just mentioned, I hope to have a review for you coming out this year. Especially shout outs to both Hogwarts Legacy, Skull and Bones, Jedi Survivor, and Justice League Kills. And Judas, those games I can say guarantee I'll probably get a review for you this year. Want to make sure to stay on top so you guys don't miss a thing. But tell me, like, what are you most excited for? Everything I just reeled off, both movies, TV shows, video games. What are you over the moon for? What are you really excited for the Barbie movie? Are you really excited for seeing Ironheart? Are you really excited for Resident Evil 4 remake? What is your most anticipated thing for this year? And look, I really hope that I've kept you guys up to date with everything coming out this year, and you're ready for everything that's coming. For me, for Lights Camera Rant, we are going to be, touch wood, every single episode will be a video episode, what we do right now. Another thing is, if you go onto our YouTube channel and go to live scheduling, we have the next 30 episodes lined up. And I can also, if you do click on them, they tell you exactly which reviews I anticipate will be on each episode. So that's on there as well. So it's all leading up to our 100th episode, which we will hit this year, which, fuck, my God. I can't believe we're going to reach 100th episode. But yes, we will be reaching that. I think it worked out to be April roundabout. And the guests lined up, don't worry, we'll see an announcement. But you guys tell me. I really hope you're excited. I really hope you look forward to it. And to end this episode, I would like to say, let's bring on 2023 and what you're going to be hearing for the rest of the year as well. Until next time, happy ranting.